When did you first start flying?
I started flying when I turned 40. I said to my wife, I've been waiting my whole life for this. I'm 40 now. I'm not getting any younger, or I'm going to do it. And she said, okay. Well, that's not quite what she said. Got a little bit of a left crosswind here, so we'll make sure we turn our controls. So once we get up to about 50 knots, there's 40 there. All right, there's 45 knots. There's 50. Pull back a little bit. Nervous? A little bit?
That is high.
Not too high yet. We're not even 1,000 feet.
Hey, what?
We're not even 1,000 feet yet. It's been getting less and less bumpy as the day goes on. You're probably going to have the smoothest flight of everybody.
So you want to be at like 50 knots before you get in the air?
That's when you want to do what's called a rotation, so you start to pull back on it. And we actually won't take off till you're doing about 55 to 60 knots. Go ahead, climb a little bit more so we can just get a little more altitude.
Traffic.
Holy crap, there's somebody like 500 feet right above us.
So here it is, a couple of days later after the flight, and I'm going through and editing and realize that I need to talk about this part for just a second. As we're flying along, I'm climbing out of the traffic pattern, about to turn off a downwind to head north, and all of a sudden I get an alert from my GPS telling me that there is an aircraft nearby.
Traffic.
So I take a look at my phone where the ADS-B traffic report appears, and I notice that there's an aircraft that's only about 500 feet above me, directly above me, while I'm flying out on a downwind in the traffic pattern.
Traffic.
So once I get away from this aircraft that's in the pattern, I look back and notice that it's I assume it was a military helicopter. Which begs the question, why was that military helicopter sitting directly over the downwind portion of the traffic pattern at a public airport? And why weren't they using a radio? It's also kind of surprising to me that whoever was in control of this flight, ATC or the military tower or whatever, why they didn't let this helicopter know that they were flying right over a small airport, and why they didn't move out of the way for traffic that was in the pattern. I'm just confused. I don't think that I was wrong. I don't think that I did anything that was out of the ordinary. But hovering a helicopter, a big helicopter, right over the top of a traffic pattern where small aircraft are known to fly is pretty dangerous.
Holy crap, there's somebody like 500 feet right above us. We don't want to do that. Yeah, we're going to go down a little bit.
Traffic.
Alright, I'm going to peel off this way. I'm not happy with them being where they are. Alright, so while we're continuing to climb and head north, going straight, let me go over some of the controls. We talked about the pedals, right? Those are our rudder pedals. You remember what happens if we push on the right pedal?
All right.
Yep, if you push on the left pedal, go left. Alright, so that, I'll just demonstrate real quick. If I put a little pressure on the right pedal, you'll feel the tail kind of kick this direction. Ready? Feel it? If I push on the left pedal, I'd let it even out here and I'll do the left pedal next. Ready? Feel that? Kind of makes it lean. So when that happens, it actually turns the airplane a little bit, and that turning action means that it's starting to go faster on the outside wing because it has to go farther. That's why it starts to lean this way. More air goes over the wing, creates more lift. Therefore, if I push on the left one, it starts to lean to the left and turn. All right, so here you go. That's 45 degrees. I told you it's not a very steep turn, but it is kind of a steep turn.
Definitely cool.
Yeah. We'll go back this way now.
AZB traffic, 2920 is left downwind, landing to the west.
I still like being up high. Holy cow.
So in an airplane, it's actually safer to be up high because if your engine dies, you have more options to where you can glide to. If you're close to the ground, you're actually in a lot more danger. So what I've been doing with everybody else is kind of letting them try to take control. Do you feel comfortable or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right, so I'll keep flying. We'll just head out to the north for a little bit, and then we'll turn around and come back and land.
Pacer turning crosswise 12, leave.
Alright, so you want to try and do a small turn? We won't go that steep, but you can go ahead and use these guys. You only need, take this hand off altogether, you just need 2 fingers to just go this much. Otherwise you're going to over control it. So go ahead and go that direction a little bit. No, go ahead and go back the other way. There you go. Go back the other way. Just do some little S turns. Notice how the nose is kind of dipping down now? So give it a little tiny back pressure just to keep the nose up. Alright, let's head back the other direction.
Turning?
Yeah, go ahead. Probably a little too much back pressure, push forward a little bit. Oh, there you go, right there. Kind of want the sky to always be at the same place, or the ground to be at the same place on the horizon. Whether you're in a turn or not.
Alright, I think I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Traffic call.
Alright, so I'm going to cut the engine here so we can slow the airplane down. Don't be alarmed. False traffic 753 turning left base 22 false. False traffic 753 turning final 22 Falston. Now you see the airport? Put another notch of flap so you can point the nose down a little bit more. You can see straight ahead of us.
Yes, I can see him.
Hope that truck isn't planning to go across the runway right when we're landing. Like he might be though. What is he doing?
Are we gonna try going over him?
Yeah, we're gonna do what's called a go around here.
We're gaining knots.
Yep, that's what we want. False traffic 753 is going around. There's a fuel truck going across the runway right on my final. False traffic 753 turning final 22 Falston. Had the smoothest landing of everyone today. Alright, you may commence asking questions again.
Alright.
You have any?
Yes. So what happens if when the wheels are trying to, so when we're trying to land, it doesn't like go on correctly and or sort of bouncing a bunch?
So if we hit the ground and it bounces?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a problem. If you hit the ground and bounce when you're landing, you're probably going a little too fast anyway, so you still have lift on the wings. Right, so when we bounce, we just kind of still float in the air a little bit, and then we just touch down. As long as you control it. Some people won't, they'll like stop flying as soon as it touches the ground, and that's very dangerous.
You're very funny, beautiful.